It's been good to see the South Africans over this year in particular start to accumulate quite a few test hundreds. That's the currency that the batters deal in, and it's what really excites coaches when you get teams that get an opportunity, the players individually, to get a start in their innings and then go on and build big scores. Ryan Rickleton's done it. Temba Bavuma's heading towards that three-figure score as well.
Yeah. No.
And we also touch on the fact that there's relatively inexperience as this batting lineup. Aiden Markham's played a lot, Temba Bavuma's played a lot, but there's a lot of guys who haven't played that much Test cricket for South Africa. And have a look at these. Ryan Rickleton, 10 matches, he's now got his second 100. Aiden Markham got 7 in 45 games. Devian Mulder got 1 this season. Tristan Stubbs got 2 this season in 9. Temba Bavuma's got 3 and he's bound to get a 4th here. David Bedingham, 12 matches, he's got 100. Carl Verena's played 24 and he's already got 3.
Yeah.
So it is a tendency that you want to see from a batting lineup. And it's good signs that the South Africans are starting to knock them over, tick them off with regularity. Have a look at the season in particular. There's the different hundreds that have been accumulated. 2 for Stubbs, 2 for Verena, 2. Stubbs is twice there here. Just down the order. And then 2 for Rickleton. So they're starting to learn the art, and those have also been home and away. So in foreign conditions, in local conditions, they've starting to produce. I like that last delivery, by the way. Mir Hamza just rolled his fingers across it, got the ball to grip into the surface, and I think they need to be using this more often. I'm thoroughly excited to see what the South African bowlers are going to do. They would have learned a few lessons sitting up there in the dressing room, working on plans, and what will they implement when they get their chance to bowl on this pitch.
Quick single to end the 70th over. And South Africa 277 for 3, 10 overs to the second new ball. It's 24s and 1-6.
We're talking a little earlier, start of the day, about selection and how some might be unlucky to be left out. For those that do get an opportunity, though, so important to grab it. And as happy as your teammates are for you to get runs, to get wickets, absolutely everybody in the squad wants to be in the 11. And so for some, whilst they'll take victories and they'll be happy for you, it's somewhat bittersweet. If a mate fills in for your position and then does really well, and it could end up being a case where he takes your position. But it's the cutthroat nature of sport. It's about performance, and who performs well, who is in form, just generally, is who will be picked.
It's a question at the press conference to Devian Mulder that there was the process before. If a player was injured and he came back in, he'd walk straight into the playing 11. How do you feel that that isn't the case? And he said, well, it's really horses for courses. It's the players that suit those conditions. What are the skill sets that are required? So he was comfortable saying that you can't just walk back in. It depends what the team requires.
It is the diplomatic answer.
thought it was well handled, because he could have easily walked into that and probably said what was really on his mind, which is, I'm frustrated sitting out here watching and waiting for my opportunity. But also just shows the nature of the game now, where you are looking for the 11 that suits those conditions, and perhaps that is a process that is not required now, or probably doesn't suit the situation.
Yeah, I much prefer if the truth is out there, even if diplomatically put across, as long as it's, you know, I want to be playing. That's fair enough. And I think the reason he doesn't say it is because it should go without saying.
What is this?
Yes, I think if you're totally honest and you look at Tony de Zorzi sitting in the dugout, he's probably thinking to himself, I had to get the Supersport Park surface. And Ryan Mickleton got the flat one here at Newlands, which is his home ground now, Tony de Zorzi.
I think it also comes down to communication, and from what we hear, just how Shikri Conrad handles and manages communications with his players, it's probably why they're able to front the media and be able to be as diplomatic as they have been. 6 consecutive test wins for South Africa. Happy coach. Nicely played, just a single. 280 for 3, South Africa. What?